Hello everybody, I'm SnipingIsFun, and for my video I'm going to bring you guys today, it's going to be my official 6th video game movie update video. I stated this already last weekend when I did episode 5 that I had so much stuff, I didn't want to squeeze it all into episode 5 because that'd be way too much stuff. So I'm going to be doing the rest of the stuff today in episode 6, and I hope you guys like it. First things first, I'm going to start with all the movies, and then we'll move on to the games at the end, and you know that's how it'll go. Like I stated last weekend, there's going to be a whole lot of 007 this week, so I'm going to get all the movies done out of the way first, and there are actually a lot of them, and that's them right there. All 10 of these movies are 007 movies that me and my mom last weekend picked up at Big Lots for $5 each. So yeah, 10, that's $50. Yeah, because like I stated, I'm looking for all these movies because my cousin, I've gotten him into the 007 video games, and now we're trying to get. I'm going to try to have him start. Me and him already have started watching 2 007 movies, and now we're moving on to other ones. And now that I have a majority of them, we have somewhere to go. Let me just quickly run through them, and so I don't take too much time. I'll try to take maybe 3 minutes, maybe, I don't know. First one is Moonraker, Roger Moore. I like this movie. The second one with Jaws is a good movie. Nothing much else to say, and it's also going to be in the 007 Legends video game at the end of the year, which I didn't expect. I like the movie, but I didn't expect it as one of the levels, but it looks like it's going to be fun, so there you go. On Her Majesty's Secret Service, the only one with George Lazenby, and he actually is a good Bond. There are people online that don't really like him that much, but I think he's a pretty good Bond. He's not, maybe not the best, but all the people who played the Bonds, at least in the movies, from Sean Connery all the way now to Daniel Craig, all are good in some way, shape, or form at their own little things. George Lazenby is good too, and On Her Majesty's Secret Service actually is a good movie. These three I'm just quickly do all in a row because they're all Pierce Brosnan ones. Tomorrow Never Dies, GoldenEye, and World's Not Enough. And I know I showed you GoldenEye and World's Not Enough on VHS last weekend, but now I have them on DVD. And I think we do have Tomorrow Never Dies somewhere on VHS in this house. There's, like I stated last weekend, there's stuff in this house that I think is put away that I forgot about. I don't know, but now I have all of them. And I know I have Die Another Day somewhere else. So I already had that, but I think I showed you that a couple years ago when I got that one. Goldfinger, good movie. Thunderball, A View to a Kill, which I would say is one of my favorite Roger Moore 007s. But when it comes to me trying to think of favorites for each individual Bond, it's kind of hard sometimes because I have a specific amount, like maybe for each one, and then trying to pick a favorite from that one is a little hard. I like all the movies in general, but I'm saying my favorite from each Bond. Yeah. Just give me 1 second here. Open up these windows a little bit more. There we go. So it's a little lighter in here. But yeah, I think this is one of my favorite ones. Max Zorin, played by Christopher Walken, actually is a pretty cool villain, and actually is quite a good movie. Octopussy, one of the James Bond movies I still haven't seen yet, so I can't really say much on that one. And the last one is A Man with the Golden Gun, another Roger Moore one, which was practically the reason why I went out and searched for all these to begin with. Is because my cousin wanted to see where the Golden Gun came from, because he loves using that gun in all the 007 games. So I'm like, okay, I'll find a movie for you. And it took forever, and we had to go to Big Lots and get it for $5. But yeah, that movie too. And there are a few non-007 movies. Just quickly run through them. There's a Legend of Zelda complete series cartoon, the complete season cartoon. I don't know if that's the entire show or not. It doesn't specifically say a numbered season, so I bet there's only one season. And it's not the greatest cartoon ever, but I'm a Legend of Zelda fan, so I have to get it anyways because it looks interesting. It's Legend of Zelda, and I have watched at least one episode so far, or partially an episode. It is interesting. Since I am a wrestling fan, I do have 2 wrestling tapes and the Hulk Hogan Ultimate Anthology and Undertaker 15-0, basically his first 15 matches at WrestleMania. Like, some of them are the entire match, some of them start off like in the middle part because they're long, and Ultimate Anthology is basically Hulk Hogan from almost when he started, at least, like Where's the first one? The first match, when he fought Andre the Giant in 1980, all the way to practically when he fought Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam in 2005, I think, in his Hall of Fame induction ceremony and stuff like that. The 15-film action pack, which even though it has Jackie Chan on the front, I think he's only like in one movie. The rest are pretty much either, most of them are Chuck Norris, and there's one that has Charlie Sheen in it. So yeah, I haven't even opened that yet, but there's that. And then the last one is the complete first season of Family Matters, which I actually like this show, one of my favorite 90s sitcoms practically. I want to get more DVDs based off this show. Now I'm going to quickly move on to the games. I'm first going to start with the PS2. These two games I got when I went to, maybe like a couple of weeks ago, I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago, me and my mom went to Family Video, because that's where we were trying to look for James Bond movies at first as well. And then they had a sale on the games or something, like, you know, some of the games had, you know, buy for a certain price and some of them buy two for a certain price, and I had to pick these because they both were buy two for a certain price. Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam, because I'm trying to get all the Tony Hawk games, and the reason why I got the PS2 version is because, like I stated, I'm trying not to get used Wii games, and if I ever came across the Wii one, it would be used because it was a launch Wii game. So I just wanted to get the PS2 version, and I did rent this one years ago, I think like 2007-ish, like around the time it came out on PS2. And then Samurai Warriors 2 Empires, I'm a fan of the series. I still haven't got this game to work yet though, but the game's not messed up, so it might be my system, but the thing is, if it's my system, why can Tony Hawk and almost all my other games work? The thing is, Samurai Warriors 2 Extreme Legends, which I also have, does the exact same thing, so maybe it's something with Samurai Warriors, I don't know. But it's like, it was so cheap, it's like, eventually if it ever works, it's, you know, I didn't really lose out on anything. Or my mom didn't lose out on anything, you know, who like, paid, she did, I think. You know, like, the money paid for it really wasn't a waste. If it really doesn't work, it was like $4 for both, or something like that. Now on to PS3 games, I'm going to quickly run through them, make sure I have enough time here. All these were pretty much most of these were from layaway, that we had put in layaway, me and mom put in layaway. Because, like, to build up my collection, you know. The first game is Darksiders, the first one. I think it looks like an interesting, like, hack and slash kind of game kind of thing, and it does, like, I have heard some good things about it, and it was cheap enough. It was like $12.99, and it's like, you know what, I need to play this, because if I do want to play Darksiders 2, because I'm going to play it on the Wii U, I would like to actually know where it started. Final Fantasy 13, I like RPGs, I've stated it numerous times, I like Final Fantasy, and this may not be the greatest one, but it actually has been pretty good so far. I'm actually starting to become a fan of the characters, especially Snow. The story's so far starting out pretty good, but I haven't got that far in the game yet, and the music's actually pretty good. The gameplay it's taking time to get used to, but there are a few things original in this game that I actually think are kind of, you know, interesting. I just fixed the light. It looked like it was too bright on the camera. Next one, Metal Gear Solid 4. I'm a fan of the Metal Gear Solid series. I don't own all the games. Since I don't own a PSP, I don't own the PSP ones, and I own the updated version of Metal Gear Solid 3 on the PlayStation 2, which comes with the original Metal Gear 1 and 2. But I do have all the Metal Gear Solid games. Metal Gear Solid 1 on the GameCube, 2 on the PS2, 3 on the PS2, and on the 3DS, and this one. And now I practically have the majority of the games except for the PSP because I don't have the PSP. So yeah, there you go. Yakuza 4. I've only played the first one. I never played 2 or 3, and I only rented the first one like years ago and didn't really get that far into it, but it was cheap. It was a clearance game, like I said. All these are pretty much cheaper games, so yeah, they're all like on sale or, you know, cheap clearance type games. And I wanted to give it a try because I wanted to see if I can maybe get into the series. Batman Arkham Asylum. Last weekend I showed you Arkham City now, and I have Arkham Asylum as well, which we got from it'll come to me eventually. Sam's Club, there we go. It was for 1998. I wanted to play this one too, since I already have that. And I haven't played a whole lot of this one on my cousin's 360. I played a whole lot of Arkham City because I beat that one, but I haven't played much of that one, and I can now play it myself. Assassin's Creed 2. I'm going to become a fan of the series, and I want to try to get all the other games so I can catch myself up to date on the story for when Assassin's Creed Assassin's Creed 3 comes out, so I can play that on Wii U. Naruto Ninja Storm, I'm a fan of the series, not as much now as it was when it first came out, and this is the first one I've owned. I've played the GameCube one, I think, the PS2 one, and the third one on the Wii. I want to get these done out of the way. The Tomb Raider trilogy, not that big a fan of the series, but I do enjoy the games. Partially, even though I couldn't really play much of the older ones because I sucked at Ninja Gaiden, Sigma, which is I think a remake of the first one on Xbox. But I haven't really played much of Ninja Gaiden, so yeah. And Resonance of Fate, which is basically just like some RPG made by Sega. It looked interesting. I like RPGs. I was willing to give it a try for the price it was, which was $15. And then the rest of the games are from Game Quest, which we went to last weekend. Me and my mom went to last weekend. And there's one Wii game here, and I've been wanting to get this for a while now, and it was there for $10, new, and that's Zack and Wiki. I like a point-and-click adventure type of game. I'm going to play it eventually when I get the chance to. I still need to get Little King Story, Red Steel 2, Trauma Team, and NHL Slapshot and stuff like that. So there's still older Wii games I have to get, but this is one of them. So I'll probably do a video on this maybe in the future. One Super Nintendo game, X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, which is like a side-scrolling beat-em-up type game made by Capcom. You get to pick one of 5 X-Men, which is Cyclops, Gambit, Beast, Wolverine, and Psylocke. So it's basically it. And I was never really good at this game when I was younger, and I played it to make sure it worked. I was practically the same way. And to finish this video off, I have 6 GameCube games here, and I will leave these ones for the end, and I'll show these ones first. And there was a set like buy 2 get 1 free, and the reason why I picked them all because I was only gonna be like, oh, maybe I'll just get 2 and get 1 free. But then I noticed more games I wanted to give them like, I can get buy 4 and get 2 free, you know, that kind of sale. So yeah, the first 2 are 007 games and a GoldenEye Rogue Agent, which may not be the greatest 007 game, but actually is quite interesting. And people online don't really like this game that much, but I actually thought it was pretty cool, especially for the multiplayer. Actually, the multiplayer in this game actually is quite fun. And Everything or Nothing, which was basically the precursor to the From Russia with Love, and also basically Bloodstone. But outside of Tomorrow Never Dies on PlayStation 1, was one of the 3D James Bond, like third-person kind of games. This one's like an anime wrestling game. It's a wrestling game based off an anime series, and me saying that, pretty much everyone's mind will probably go to this show if they know it. I never watched it, except for maybe once or twice. Maybe on TV. I never really watched the show. If I ever do, I hope to in the future, but you know, maybe one day. And that's Ultimate Muscle, the Kinnikuman Legacy Legends versus New Generation. It looks like interesting. I'm a fan of wrestling. I'm a fan of anime, and I have seen it. It's interesting. Like it's a crazy arcade wrestling type game. It looks fun, based off an anime series. The next 2 are from Capcom as well. These 2 are from Capcom. Series I did rent it before. I think on PS2. I might have rented the GameCube one though, but I know for sure. I never played the second one. This is the first one in a sequel, and that's Beautiful Joe. I found the series interesting, even though I didn't really even play it. I never played the second one, and the first one I did play a little bit of. And I wanted to get them once I noticed that they were there, and I'm like, yeah, I have to get myself some Beautiful Joe. I still have to get Red Hot Rumble though, or whatever, and I probably could, if they still have that GameStop, because I noticed that one was there, I probably can go pick that one up. And the last one, last but not least, the Coup de Gras, is Baten Kaitos. Eternal Wings in the Lost Ocean, which I'm sure is the first one. I think it's Baten Kaitos Origins is the second one. RPG, you know me, and I heard a lot of things about the Baten Kaitos series in general, both the first one and the second one. I still have to find Origins, but I seen this there for $5.99. I'm like, I have to pick this up. I have to buy this game. I made sure it worked. At least the first disc worked, at least where I made it to. And it so far it seems like I'm gonna, like I said, I've picked it up because I want to try and get into it, and I heard a lot of good things about it, mainly from like game.